Welcome to Alberta Municipal Votes 2025 here on Municipal Affairs. With October 20th fast approaching, the race for municipal office across the province of Alberta is heating up. From every corner, candidates for mayor, reeve, and yes, even council are stepping forward with ideas for stronger communities, smarter growth, and brighter futures. Today we are turning our attention back to the regional municipality of Wood Buffalo, where we are chatting with Councillor Funky Banjoko, who is seeking re-election as Ward 1 Councillor for the regional municipality of Wood Buffalo. Funky, thank you so much for sitting down with me and talking about yourself and talking about your bid to continue on as the regional municipality of Wood Buffalo Councillor. Gonna start with a simple question. After 4 years in office, you decided, I want more. What was the decision about running for re-election based on, Funky?
I just have to tell you straight up, I love being a councillor. I enjoy it. Obviously, I'm a people person. And my simple analogy is when you find your purpose, walking becomes like leisure to you. So I enjoy it. I live looking forward to the next day. I love being part of the solution rather than complain in this region. And I think I've done some amazing job with the help and support of my colleagues. So I would like to see completion of some of what I started. And I enjoy it. And I say all the time that it's been my honor to serve as a councillor in this region. And I truly mean it. Coming from Africa, my journey has been long. I did some of my studies through an institute in England, and then I worked and lived a bit in the States. I lived in Toronto for 2 years, and I've been here for 14. And overall, I think I've found my purpose, even though I started as supply chain management professional of like 30 years. But now I think I'm living the life that I really want to live. And I am not tired. I want to do more.
Your career in municipal politics doesn't just start in regional municipality of Wood Buffalo. Your family has a long history in elected government as well.
Yes.
Looking back when you first ran to where you are today, do you think your parents are proud of you?
I think they are not just proud of me. I think they are super proud of me. My entire family, and the larger family, as you know, as an African, I have a crew of people and families. Everybody's proud of me. My parents are both late now. I've got 4 brothers. They're proud of me, and I hope they watch this. And yes, it's been an amazing honor and a joy for my family to watch, especially those who are older than me, to watch me grow, to watch me. I've had my own challenges as well, but I always look forward to what's next. Never allow myself to get beat down and discouraged. And I think every one of them, every single one of them is proud of the history that has been made through me in this region.
Well, we're going to be talking about some of the issues that the regional municipality of Wood Buffalo faces in a few minutes. I want to talk about who you are and the last 4 years and how you have evolved as a councillor for the regional municipality.
Yes.
How has the role of councillor changed you for the better to be a good public servant for every community member, even those who disagree with you, Funky?
Well, again, I'm from a family of politicians. So my parents, my dad in particular, was actively involved in politics right after independence. And I wasn't born at that time, in the 60s. And then my mom also served as a councillor. She was selected to work for the government. So I know that public service is not an easy thing. But being there is different from watching somebody else. I've learned to listen more. I've learned to be patient, and I've learned to empathize. We could seeing things through the eyes of others is a completely selfless life when you have to think and act and speak for others. And sometimes I think people forget I have my own issues as well. So I've evolved, I've learned, and to whom much is given, much is expected. The kind of love, the kind of support that I get in the community makes me to want to do more and pour myself. So I've learned to just know that I am going to live my life working for the people, serving them is a place of humility, even though it's a place of honor. But it has shaped my thinking and my daily the expectations, and my prayers are now larger than my immediate family. So it has changed my entire perspective as a human being.
What have you done? And I say this respectfully, and I'm not trying to be an accusational reporter here, but looking back on the last 4 years, how have you made the regional municipality a better place for those who live there? Because you're one vote on council, council of,
Yeah.
I forget the exact number that are around the table, but how have
Yeah.
you made that a difference in the community, do you believe?
I think I came on council making that history as the first Black person. I knew it would be challenging, so I came prepared. And I'm I'm a fighter. I'm a warrior, though I'm a smiling warrior. Um, but my background in supply chain has taught me that you have to be able to negotiate. You have to be able to communicate. You have to work with other people. So that being said, I've been able to bring some difficult motions and the past. One of them is localization of jobs. In this region, I'm sure you are aware that because of oil sands, a lot of people fly in and fly out of our region, making a living. And that won't stop because we have project works, we have turnaround works that are, for short period of time, and people can come from anywhere in the world and do this work and leave. But what my motion has asked is that the industry consider the local residents and in addition encourage some of the contractors that are on site to encourage the people who work for them to reside in our community, even if it's for a weekly route, 7 on 7 of whatever it is. You buy coffee here, you do your grocery here, you contribute, you rent a room. That has been a difficult motion that it's been difficult to move it in this community. So I had to strategize and know what can work. And we have to we came to a point where, okay, let's work with them to see how we can gradually reduce the number of people that leave, that just fly and leave our community. That work has started. I'm happy. I'm super proud of that work. It has started. We haven't felt the effect so much yet because that's a large number of people. We're talking about 20 to 30,000 people who don't reside here, but they work here. So that is gradually being worked on. I'm proud of that. One of the other things that I worked on, everything I do is about people. And my slogan is, people are my reason. So we brought in a lot of new immigrants, students, that came here to study at Keanu College. And I listened to people. So public transit wasn't the best. The timing of the buses, little wins, quick wins, I worked on that, and they made some changes that helped the students. I'm saying, it's not completely perfect. It's work in progress, but we made some changes to meet the needs of those students. Of late, I worked on creating inclusive spaces for special needs people. And this was inspired by the unique needs of autistic children in particular, and then the community received it so well. And actually, I got a lot of education through the motion that no, it's not only kids, adults as well. About 15% of the population have some challenges or the others that, limit them a little bit. And we have to work on that motion pass. The work has also started. So there are a few things that I can continue to name them. I worked on poverty reduction motion. That motion passed is being worked on. I'm super proud of that. Our community has become a bit more affordable. Our housing is one of the most affordable in maybe in Alberta, but a lot of people are still struggling and hurting because of the economy. And so we worked on that, and the work is not completely over, but it's got started. So I also worked on asking the province to please return the medical students program to come back to our hospital, which we had in the past. So that way we can retain some of the doctors when they are done their study in this region. We have to do more work on that. And we are not the only region that is looking for veterinary doctors and medical doctors. So that work has also, it has started, it hasn't moved the way we want it to. So it needs to be continued until we start seeing some fruition and traction on that.
Interject here for a second, and I apologize. And it's not an accusational; it's just a observation that I've seen over the last 4 years. You have also made the motion where, when the municipality was looking at how you pay councillors, you made the motion to revisit it after hearing from the people. How important is it for yourself as a councillor to own up to things that you say, you know what, we got it wrong this time. We got it wrong, and we're willing to relook at it because you are the people that have voted us in. And if you don't like what we're doing, we need to revisit it. How important is it for you to do that?
I really appreciate your bringing that question on. I think that's one of the moments that I will remember in my career. Proud moment for me, proud moment for everyone who supported that. And I will repeat what I said when I brought the motion back, that we needed to resign it. I said, and that's the words of my mother, that if you are traveling, or if you leave Fort McMurray and you want to drive to Edmonton and you face Fort Mackay and you get to a gas station and you ask how far you are to Edmonton, and someone tells you, oh, you're going the wrong way, make a U-turn and then go south. That's how you get to Edmonton. And then you say, oh, no, I've already traveled an hour. I will continue going to Fort Mackay. You will not get to Edmonton until you make a U-turn. So we made a mess. And I think, as a humble servant of the people, it is important for us to know that there are times when you will make a mess, and you have to learn to make a U-turn. You have to learn to clean the mess. And we are human. So it will happen. We are like brother or sister to someone as well. And none of us is perfect. It was clear, even though I was one of the ones that voted yes. And when I heard that we didn't do it the right way, the procedure is for the correct process is for administration to look at our remuneration and compare it with Red Deer or Lethbridge, similar municipalities, and then come up with what makes sense. Then I said, no, it's not shameful to make a mistake. What is shameful is for us not to correct that mistake. So I am proud of that.
And I'm proud of you for doing it, because I can imagine especially in a position where you're in an elected office, you don't want to
Yes,
be known as the person who always makes mistakes. But I
yes,
will give $1 to anyone who owns up to their mistakes, owns up to the responsibility, and say, you know what? Yes, we got it wrong. So good on
yes.
you for doing that. And I just wanted to put that out
Thank
on
you.
the table.
Thank
I,
you. Thank
I
you.
want to turn to the issues because we could probably talk for an hour just about the role of council and what you are here, what you've done. But I want
Yes,
to talk about what the future holds.
yes,
Now, you're out talking to people, I'm assuming, because you're running for
yes,
re-election, so therefore you're talking to people.
yes.
What are the three issues that you're hearing the most about when it comes to the people of the regional municipality of Wood Buffalo?
Okay. The first thing on the mind of the people is the economy. What the people need jobs. They need a place where they work. Simple. And economic development, they've been trying, they're looking for tourism attraction and things like that. And the last council meeting, I said, we need a factory. We need a place where there's manufacturing going on. We need to diversify our economy. So that is one part. The second thing on the mind of the people is the way that the value of our homes have gone down because we don't have enough demand for the supply of the homes that we have, which is the opposite of what we have in places like Edmonton or Calgary or Toronto. And what is driving that is people, is the traffic, human traffic. And if we don't have the population to support the number of homes that we have, it's not going to change. So we need to continue to work on how, first of all, to retain the people that are here, and then to make sure that more people can live here. The third thing that is on the mind of especially the young people is entertainment. We need to boost that. We need to look at what would make the young people stay. For me, I'm not going to be so worried if there's no pub or there's a place to dance and clubs and things like that. But we are a community of young people because of the oil sands and people who are working here. Some of them are newly married, some of them are just out of college. So we need to work on those three key things. So those are some of the top ask of the people, of the residents of this place.
So you've mentioned them, so I'm going to plan each individual sandbox because I think most people will say that's great. You're talking about them,
Yes,
but talk is cheap.
yes,
Solutions are the thing that most people want. So let's talk about affordability. And you're right. It's
yes,
not just a
yes,
it's not a regional municipality Wood Buffalo issue. It's a Canadian issue. It's a worldwide
yes,
issue.
yes.
How do you see the role of the municipality and you as councillor, if you are reelected, in addressing the local issues that when it comes to affordability that the municipality can deal with in the next 4 years? Because you can't control what the price of inflation is going to be. You can't
Yes.
control what's going on down south, but you can control the property taxes that are sent out, the budgets that
Mhm.
are passed. So what do you
Yes.
see your role in making sure that people can live in the regional municipality?
Okay, one of key thing is that we have to be very conscious of the way we spend money as a region
Okay,
because
I need to
the
interject here because
fiscal
I need to
responsibility.
I need to interject because I need to ask the follow-up question to that very loaded
Yes,
answer that you just said.
yes.
Does that mean you think the regional municipality does not spend property taxes wisely right now?
No, not that. But we are used to having abundance of dollars. And therefore, uh, the social sector, the people, and all, we are used to asking and getting. Now we need to look at what the economy is dictating. Even the oil sands is dictating. Our income is dwindling and we are going to the reserves. We need to slow down. We need to do the analysis. We need to be more thorough with fiscal responsibility. Not just say it, but look at the spend, look at the impact, and look at where the money is coming from. Some things might be good, some infrastructure and we have aging infrastructure. We need to spend wisely. We need to look at our procurement processes and make sure that every dollar we spend is spent judiciously. And we have done our level best prices, generally speaking. Because if we spend anyhow, we would have to get the money through taxation and all that. And when people are hurting, it's not the time to increase our taxes. And by the way, our taxes are really, really reasonable. And in comparison with other places, our property taxes might be, one of the lowest in Alberta. But we need to do more. And we need to be very conscious of the fact that our incomes are not really going up.
So
So that's one.
how much of that, and I know income isn't going up, but income's not going up in a lot of municipalities right now.
Yes,
And I think
yes,
this question is one about the affordability challenge that the RMWB has, but also about the housing supply, as you just
yes,
talked about as well. Now, we've seen the news reports out of Fort McMurray over the last few years,
yes,
wildfires, floods, the climate change issues that are going on, the flooding
yes,
that's been going on, the wildfires that are happening in the northern part of your community. How
yes,
much of it is an affordability issue, but or how much of it is also people just don't feel safe living there because these wildfires are something that happen on a regular basis. These overland floodings in the spring happen more regular than not. So how much
yes.
of the affordability challenge is not in the control of the municipality because you can't control when the wildfire is going to happen or when a flood's going to happen,
No,
but you
no,
can control how much money you collect.
yes. So affordability issue, if I'm getting you correctly, when it comes to housing, we are one of the most affordable in
Yeah.
this country right now. And I get it, the issue of safety, that fear might be there. But it's not as frequent as what people say. And sometimes when I travel out of here and people are asking me, how is Fort McMurray now? Fort McMurray is great. People are living here. I've lived here for 14 years. And I've experienced the wildfire, the major one once in 2016, and the flood in some parts of Fort McMurray, not in my home. That challenge is there. But I was a little bit scared. And one of my council colleagues turned to me and said to me, this is the North. This is not strange. Funky, calm down. I know the human factor is there as well. We all need to be careful. People going to the woods and barbecue and things like that. If we follow the instruction, but I think wildfires and all the news that go, we all need to do our part, including myself, and reduce the risk
Okay.
that we face in the region. But people live here, I live here. I've been
But
evacuated once. It's not a palatable experience. But people also live in California, and people live in other places where there are some challenges.
and
For me,
I apologize to interject because I think it's understandable. Okay, understandable. It hasn't happened that much, but I
yes,
know when I lived in Slave Lake and even here in Calgary, your insurance skyrockets when a massive attack like that happens,
that's
and
true.
the municipality can't say to the insurance companies, "Don't raise your insurance rates" because that would
That's
hurt our
true.
community. So
Yes,
while you have to play in the role that you have, which is the municipality,
yes,
you can't control external factors. So do you find it hard to budget in 2025 or even looking at next year's budget? Because if you're elected, that's the first thing you're going to have to pass is a budget to
yes,
say, okay, we have to try and keep our costs as low as possible because
mhm,
there are so many external factors going on in this world right now
yes.
that we
Mhm.
have no control over.
Yes, we have to consider that. We have to consider that. And I'm hearing one of the things, challenges in this community is the rent for commercial buildings. That has come up many times. And some people have actually reached out to me and I speak to them. It's tough on us because we can't tell the landlords what to charge.
Yeah.
And we maybe have some stores and things where maybe it could be municipal building or something that will be a bit more affordable, possibly. But for the cost of insurance, we don't have direct control on that, about that. But everywhere where we can make life a bit easier for our residents, we should. We have downtown revitalization, for instance, and we support the businesses that are in the downtown area. And of recent, one of my colleagues brought up the region-wide revitalization of, to revitalize the entire region. Our administration is working on that. What can we do to support our businesses? Tax breaks, maybe give some a year or 6 months before we start charging, things like that. So these are we are aware of these challenges, and we are doing we should do more, but we have started to look at what we can do to support the businesses and the people that live here. And one of the things that I'm also proud of is the fact that one main thing that we have that is challenging here is Highway 63 is the best way out of here. We are waiting on Highway 686 to be built, but that's going to go through to Grand Prairie and all that. But the way that most people go out of here is Highway 63. I moved the motion that says the Alberta government should complete the twinning of this highway. Because the 2 times that we've had to evacuate people, the safety concern is high and is real. Okay, the places that are dualized, it's easy for everyone to drive. But about 120 kilometers before you get to Edmonton, you have to do the slow one lane back and forth. So those are things that we need as a municipality. We need to push those projects to come to fruition. Both the Highway 686 and the Highway 683. The government has promised us. Our work is to advocate, follow up, trouble the ministers, go to Daniel Smith and get it done. And that's what I'm going to be working on.
Now, I know you have been at the Rural Municipalities of Alberta conventions and Alberta Municipalities Convention, because as a councillor for the regional municipality, you get to sit on both of them. And you have been advocating. How much of your work job do you believe in the next 4 years is going to be continuing those advocacy works that you have done already? Because on October 21st, after the election is called and the votes are counted, the work doesn't just randomly stop and say, okay, we're going to give it a few days for everyone to catch up to speed. There's going to need to be people around that table who know what they're talking about. How important is it for you to continue on so the people of the regional municipality have a strong advocate on day one of this next term?
This is it. It's so important. And my slogan in this campaign is for us to move forward and build stronger on the wings of the past 4 years. It then need for continuity. I know most of the ministers, they know me. I entertain them with my accent and presence, and I'm sure you see me everywhere. And it's important that we have 1 or 2, 3, 4 people who know how we got to where we are, and then we can continue where the discussion stopped. The residents are waiting. We are waiting to see some results. It will be important for someone who knows who to talk to, where we stop, where the discussion, and the effective way to get things done. So it will be important for RMWB voters, Fort McMurray, to put me back on that seat, for sure. And they know that I'm a loud, clear, strong advocate, and that will not stop. Including some of the issues that are not even directly municipality issues, like that are not under the control of the municipality. Every issue, every problem in the region is ours to solve. One of them is the child care providers and child care workers whose cost of living allowance has been removed by the government of Alberta. I have brought that forward many times, we will continue to advocate for them. We need people to be able to work in that industry. Otherwise, everyone will abandon, or most of them will abandon it and go and work on the oil sands. We need people to take care of our children so that some can go to site. So I am ready to continue my work.
Anyone who has ever accused you of being quiet, I'd like to meet them, because I have known you for 2.5 years, Funky, and I don't think I've ever described to you, to anyone I've ever met, as being the quiet one in the room when it comes to advocating for your municipality. Just a little. But I want to turn to what happens after October 20th. On October 20th, the votes will be counted, and you will have to be, if you are elected, you'll be sworn in and continue on. Now, you don't get to choose your colleagues around that council table. The voters do.
No.
That means you're going to have to work with anyone that puts them there, whether that be Sandy Bowman, the current mayor running for re-election, that be a new mayor, new councillors. How do you get along with other people, and can you put pride aside to ensure that the people of the regional municipality of Wood Buffalo always come first when it comes to the issues that you're going to be faced with?
Thank you so much. You asked the question in a very beautiful way. The people come first. And like I said earlier on, people are my reason. That's why I'm here to start with. And I also say this all the time. It is more difficult not to get along with me than to get along with me, because I am going to be friendly with you whether you like to be friends or not. So whether you like my skin color, you like my accent, you don't like it, doesn't matter. Funky is going to be here. And I can also say that I'm going to be in every meeting, every gathering, every conference. So it's best for us to get along. I think I'm a friendly person, to say that mildly. So I am ready. And I also speak my truth, regardless of who is the audience. So people are going to get to know me quickly and adjust to who I am. And I'm also receptive to, making excuses for others and being tolerant and celebrating other people. Not even being tolerant, but let's celebrate our differences and let's get along. And I'm a negotiator because I've done supply chain for so long. And I think it showed in the past 4 years, because I can proudly also say that none of the motions that I moved actually failed. Because if I know a motion doesn't make sense to others, I listen and take a second look, because there's no point working with people and hearing the others and respecting views, and also speaking with them, collaborating, and ensuring that we work for the people. The people are the reason why we are here in the first place.
Now, you'll be sitting around the table with many different voices and many different opinions on what priority number one should be for the regional municipalities' next council. What's your priority number one? What is the thing that you are going to be championing on day one once you're sworn in as the next councillor again?
I think localization of jobs. I think we need to work with the industry. It might be one of the quick wins we can get. Since some of them have opened the window a little bit for us, we need to own in on that, work on that, and see how we can partner together to bring this municipality closer to what it used to be in 2011 when I came here. And that would not be only on oil sands. Like I mentioned briefly before, we need to also see how we can diversify this economy a little bit and have manufacturing, or use some of the byproducts of oil, or invite investors here that can create some jobs. So those are the immediate, I think in this community, the first thing on the mind of the majority is the job, how to make a living in this place. And that will be one major thing that we need to continue to work on strongly. Localization of jobs, the economy, create more jobs for people, and see how we can invite all the partners that can help us get this achieved. That will be priority for me.
We have not mentioned it, and until you just did, about the oil and gas industry within the regional municipality, and Fort McMurray being known as sort of the oil and gas capital of Canada. What's your relationship like with the oil and gas companies and the workers who work there? Because we are seeing the challenges that the industry has faced with over the last 4 years, and who knows what it's going to look like in the next four. But how is your relationship, and are you willing to work with them to ensure that they have employees, that they diversify their economy to help the people of the regional municipality?
Yeah. So the relationship, we are partners. This region was, I mean, this city and most of the communities were built on the premises of having the oil sands in this region. That's the truth. So we have to work. We've already started. The relationship is better, it's stronger. We have some of them have come to table. We meet periodically to review things, and they are going to actually be showing us the statistics on how they are helping us reduce the camp population. And so it's been good, and we can do better. But we already got started making things better. We sit on the table and review things, and we talk. My position is to ask for help. We're asking them to help us. This is where they operate. They need to also give back by helping us to survive the challenges that we have. So that's the relationship that we have, and I can report back that some of the key players are already embracing us and they're working with us, and that's a good place to be.
It certainly is. So I have two last questions for you, and this one is sort of a question to learn a little bit more about how can people get a hold of you? How can people get involved in your campaign? And it gets me to know if you can actually ramble off your Facebook page and your email addresses for your campaign. But we've talked about a lot of things over the last 35, 40 minutes, and there's probably someone saying, Chris, you didn't ask that question. Chris, you didn't follow up on this. How can people reach out and talk to you and ask a question to make their decision a little bit easier come election day?
Thank you so much. So I'm like a smoke I can't hide. Just Google Funky Banjoko, you'll find me. On Facebook, I'm a Facebook queen. I'm active all the time. Funke, last name Banjoko. You follow me and you can send me messages. I am active. I'm ready. I respond. And my phone number is also public. It's 587-644-0224. I'm on Instagram, but I'm very active on Facebook, and also Funky Banjoko, Councillor, Regional Municipality of Wood Buffalo. You will find me. Yeah.
For those who want to just randomly scroll over to those pages, the links to the social media pages for Funky Banjoko will be in the show notes below, the email address as well. So if you want to reach out, get involved, or get a sign, highly recommend you actually learn about the council candidates who are running in your community, in your district, because this is an important election. So with that being said, this is the $1 million question time, Funky, and I need to know, why should people put their trust in you on October 20th to be their next city councillor for the great regional municipality of Wood Buffalo, District Fort McMurray?
Thank you for that question. I have been tested. I can be trusted. I've been proven to be a leader that shows up. So I'm not just a leader, I'm the leader that will show up for you. Anytime, humanly possible, you can count on me. I listen, like we've talked about. The people are the boss. So I am that leader that will listen to you and will act on what we discuss. And I'm not ashamed of making mistakes and correcting them. And I would advocate for you. That is my role. I found my purpose in doing this. I enjoy it. You're not disturbing me. So if you want a leader that delivers on their promises, that will be Funky Banjoko. The promises I made to work for you to address localization of jobs, to address having enough doctors in the region, transit, poverty reduction, to look at creating inclusive places for residents. I made true to those promises. So my promises that I made, I kept my promises. That is the leader you want to put your votes behind. I know that for sure I will be a great candidate to be back on council. And I am a fearless advocate. I don't care who I have to speak with. I would advocate for you. I will work for you. Thank you.
Funky, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for reaching out and wanting to be part of the show. I always learn so much about you and learn so much about what you're doing and how you've been a great advocate for your community. So thank you so much for doing this. Quick editorial note before I let Funky go. If you are running in this upcoming election and you want to be featured on this show, please reach out to us by heading over to the crossbordernetwork.ca website, and there you'll be able to find all the information that will be able to get the contact with us so we can get you on the show to talk about why you are running in the all important upcoming election. Funky, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Chris. Always lovely talking with you.
Thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of Alberta Municipal Votes 2025 here on Municipal Affairs. Now, we hope you've enjoyed today's conversation and gained some valuable insights into the world of this all-important municipal election cycle. Editorial note time. For those who are running in this upcoming municipal election scheduled for October 20th here in the province of Alberta and want to be featured on this show, please reach out to us via social media or head over to the crossbordernetwork.ca website, and there you'll be able to find the Join the Show link. There you'll be able to fill out the information, and we will get back to you as soon as possible so we can get you on the show to talk about why you are running in this all-important municipal election. For those who haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the show on your favorite podcast platforms, or if you're watching this on YouTube, click on the subscribe button now. Your support means the world to us. So if you haven't already, be sure to share this episode with your friends, your family, and yes, even your community, and help keep the conversation going. Till next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and we will be back with a brand new episode of Alberta Municipal Votes 2025 shortly.